Hi, this is Julie with Skunk TV and the Highway Magazine, and I'm here with Jude Tillman, longtime activist in the cannabis community, healer, educator, writer, all over, amazing woman, and Jude's going to be writing regularly for the Highway Magazine. We're very excited about that. And Jude also, she works with many different groups. We have Bhutan, the product line that was developed at Dragonfly Wellness Center, and then also True Pharma, which is the group of product lines. It's 180 product lines, I believe you
150
said.
product
150
lines, 15
product
manufacturers going direct patient sales and healthcare providers throughout the state of California.
Yeah, so Jude, tell me a little bit. You started with Dragonfly Wellness Center first. Give us a little background on
Certainly.
that evolution.
Well, thank you, first of all,
Yes.
Julie, for having me with Skunk TV, and it's an honor to be with you, and I'm really excited about the Highway coming out. The Highway is going to fill such an important gap in the literature of the cannabis community and cannabis institutions in our industry, and it's because it's really more in-depth information and education that we need so sorely. I am a medical cannabis educator out of 5 years of doing holistic dispensary and healing work with Dragonfly on the coast in Mendocino. After a few years, we discovered we were having such tremendous success treating patients, from parents with children with epilepsy to we have a huge senior community on the coast, people with Parkinson's and MS and Alzheimer's and diabetes, high blood pressure. But why was this happening? Because we were in a part of the world that has focused on medicinal cannabis, and for the last 5 years or so, really focusing in on the rising star, which is CBD, non-psychoactive. Over 93 of the cannabinoids in the cannabis plant are not psychoactive whatsoever. So, which leads me to another point. We have plenty, we have 1,000 to 1,400, depending on who you read or who you believe, dispensaries throughout the state of California. How many of them are just zeroed in on recreational cannabis? I happen to believe personally that all cannabis is medical.
Absolutely. If you have an endocannabinoid system,
that's right. Yeah,
healing to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And people smoke for all kinds of reasons, but they're all spiritual, inspirational, health reasons. But unfortunately, so much of our industry in California has been informed by and shaped by the prohibition mentality, that it's a get-high drug, that it harms our children, all of those myths and mystiques that we're familiar with.
Yeah, ego and infighting.
All of that. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of our dispensaries are about. So they may talk the talk about medical cannabis, but they don't walk the walk. They really focus in on high THC. Well, as any herbalist knows, everybody's metabolism is different, and herbal medicine heals on an individual basis. If two people walked into Dragonfly or to any Chinese herbalist and they both had migraines, they would walk out with completely different combinations of herbs.
Yes.
Because we're not cookie cutters.
Yes.
And yet, just like the pharmaceutical companies treat us as cookie cutters, take 2 aspirin every 4 hours, it doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, take 2 aspirin every 4 hours. Yeah, we're not cookie cutters, and they use formulas. Our dispensary system has so much been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
People walk in, hey man, what's the highest THC level? Well, I'm sorry, some people will feel higher from a 12% than they do from a 25%. This is just an illustration of the huge learning curve that we have to go through.
It's massive.
It's massive learning. So I go out and I do cannabis as medicine presentations to staff of dispensaries. And, these young, eager staff listen and they love the information and it's all great. But then 3-4 months later, the owner of the dispensary calls me and says, would you come do that presentation again? It was so useful. And I said, well, I was just there. And they said, we got turnover. So we need to develop people who are not bud tenders, they're not dispensary staff, they are patient counselors, and they're in it for the long haul as a career.
Absolutely.
We need education. We need to bring our industry up to a standard. When we started Dragonfly 5 years ago, it was a group of women, all holistic healers, with acupuncturists, massage therapists, other herbs involved, lavender, all kinds of herbs. It was the meaning of the word holistic.
Yes.
What do you eat? What kind of exercise do you get? What are you consuming? Alcohol? What kind of toxins are you putting in your body? Herbs are a whole range.
How do you think?
How do you think? Do you sing? Do you listen to music? Do you drum? All traditional healing, 5,000 years of cannabis has been based on traditional holistic healing. Shamans, witch doctors, midwives, all the holistic healers that have gone down through the ages didn't rely on one kind of treatment. There was herbs, there was food, there was hands-on, touching, dance, music, all of that. Spirituality.
Absolutely.
Meditation. So that's holistic. That's what that means. And you can't, I've had patients come in and say, oh, wow, I've got stomach cancer. I'm going to clean up my act and not eat anything bad anymore. But I just can't give up drinking wine. I'm drinking a bottle of wine a day. I had a patient like this, 4th stage stomach cancer. I said, no, I'm sorry. We've got to take care of all of you. And we've got to do it in a holistic way. So this is the mountain of information that we need to convey to, first of all, our patients, second of all, our industry that's serving our patients. Medical cannabis has to be kept for a while separate from quote-unquote recreational, because recreational is going to be informed by the kinds of things that inform ABC, alcohol and all of that.
And we're not just healing bodies here. There's a lot of lies over many decades.
Yes.
There's a lot of lack of understanding still about how the medicine works and why, and how it's not just putting the medicine in like they do in the pharmaceutical industry, where you have a plant to isolate. They've isolated out the strongest component, the constituent.
Yes.
I'm an herbalist too.
Excellent.
Studied.
So you're
But that's the culture. Take a pill, pop a pill, cover a symptom.
That's right. It's not getting at the root cause.
You're not going to the root of the issue.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize, and I've written about this, and this is why John and I were excited to have you on board as an educator, because it's not just about healing the body. We've got to go in and heal the mind. We've got to heal the heart, and we've got to help people understand that the healing comes from the inside out, and that's what the cannabis plant, has been attempting to teach us all along with our symbiotic relationships.
Well, what's interesting now, what's changed? Cannabis has been around for over 5,000 years as a healing herb, but it's only in the late 20th century that we had the scientific technology to actually take apart how does it work. Think about this. We didn't even know that there was a lymph system in the body until the mid-20th century or so.
Yeah,
we learned in 1992 that there's something called an endocannabinoid system. We didn't know about that. So now we're like, okay, how does this work? And people like Dr. Raphael Schmishulam, all the way back in 1964, discovered the psychoactive chemical compound in cannabis, THC. But then he also discovered it does something amazing. On a cellular level, which is how all herbal healing happens, on a cellular level, it enters into cancer cells and destroys them from the inside out. It introduces death by suicide without harming the normal cells around it. Apoptosis. Exactly. You got it. Apoptosis. Bingo.
That's what we're teaching our readers. We all need to learn these things.
Yes. So we have an endocannabinoid system the way herbal healing works is it kickstarts our bodies have the ability to heal they have all the mechanisms in there. We've suppressed them with toxins and a rough lifestyle and stress. But if we can kickstart our body's natural healing processes on a cellular level, which is what happens, that combination of enzymes, endocannabinoid cells, and receptors that, as the phytocannabinoids float by in the bloodstream, they go. So I have this image of a Venus flytrap that just kind of sucks in the phytocannabinoid it needs. This is how the lymph system works. How does the lymph system know which nutrients to pull out of the blood system in order to detoxify, which is its main job? That's how the endocannabinoid system knows how to suck out each phytocannabinoid. And what is it? It's in our RNA. It's in our RNA. Our RNA sends a code to our endocannabinoid system as to which phytocannabinoids, and it's not just that, it's terpenes and flavonoids and all the other miracle, amazing parts of this plant. We have such a long way to go.
And they mimic our own cannabinoids. A lot of people still don't know that cannabinoids are present in mother's milk.
Yes.
And we're coded, like you said. It's in the code for us to get benefit, and the plant cannabinoids mimic our human cannabinoids.
Yes, and many mammals have them, and many plants have them, and this is a natural, normal way to heal. And Bill Courtney, Dr. William Courtney, talks a lot about, if you just watch animals, what do they eat? And what do they eat when they get sick? They know what to eat, what herbs are out there. Yes, they know what herbs to go. So this is what we're trying to transfer. But we're not just trying to transfer it over to patients are highly motivated. They're very highly motivated because they have illness in themselves or in their loved ones. So they find us at trade shows. They find the real medicine. But we have to move our industry in that direction as well.
Yes.
We really do, or else we're falling down and we're going to miss a tremendous opportunity, which is why the highway is so valuable.
Exactly. This is our magazine, basically. The millions of us who voted for Bernie.
Yay!
The millions of us who want to see sustainable systems rise up.
Yes, that's right.
The water protectors fighting right now.
Yes.
In the
and
Sioux
winning.
Nation and winning.
Yeah.
It's key right now. There's millions of us waking up on the planet, and we're all holding the line for this change.
Yes.
And we've got to keep singing our stories. We've got to keep putting out that knowledge, empowering each other.
I am so glad to hear you talk like that, Julie, because I don't come into this from the cannabis culture. I moved here to Mendocino from the Bay Area, but I've spent my entire life doing peace, social justice, anti-racist work, prison support work, gender equity issues, international solidarity. Yeah, right, exactly.
All
human
the
rights,
themes of humanity.
everything. So when I came to Mendocino, this is important as well. All anybody ever talked about was growers in the Emerald Triangle. It was like, wait a second. There's dispensaries, there's laboratories, there's medicine makers. We have to look at ourselves as an entire enveloping, and don't talk seed to sale, talk seed to patient outcome.
Yes.
Let's all work together. So I was in the Mendocino Cannabis, I am in the Mendocino Cannabis Policy Council. I was on the steering committee of Measure AF to try to get a decent permitting system in Mendocino County. I'm on the board of directors of the Mendocino Cannabis Industry Association because as an activist,
get involved.
As an activist, I believe that's the only way democracy works is if we're all involved. And we cannot be one-trick ponies. This is not a cannabis rights issue. It's a health rights issue. It's keeping people of color disproportionately put in prison, keeping them out of prison, and supporting our immigrant population that harvests for us. All of it. It's all connected.
It's a full spectrum.
It is.
Just like whole plant medicine, it's that same feeling.
Exactly. Breaking the glass ceiling for women to be in leadership of the cannabis industry for a change. All of it. Yeah.
So we're so pleased, Jude, to have you. Tell us real quick what's coming up for Bhutan Product Line, True Pharma, and then, I know you're busy, you've got to go on, but I want to hear real quick what's going up with these companies so that people can know and come and visit you. Absolutely.
Well, you can get Bhutan products through our website at bhutanwellbeing.org and a lot of medical information there too. That's important. True Pharma is an umbrella that is helping to distribute Bhutan as well as 9 other companies, 150 products total, medical products focusing on medicine. We're working with groups like United Patients Group that does patient healthcare educator education, with Hello MD, with lots of different groups. I'm doing presentations statewide. I do personal presentations. We're creating sets of videos, short videos that loop into the 6 patient sectors.
We'll launch those on Skunk TV too.
Yay. Okay, good. We'll put them. We're targeting 6 patient sectors. Seniors in my age group who have been through a lot of health crises.
We need senior articles in here.
Great, we got them.
California.
I have a wonderful woman, a 35-year public health nurse who is a cannabis patient and very articulate. She would love to write.
Okay,
anyway,
great.
There's a lot. There's a lot of resources out there.
So look for Jude's articles in upcoming issues of The Highway. It's 2,000 doors across the state, 30,000 magazines every issue, 6 issues a year. Jude will be writing regularly. Thank you so much, Jude Tillman.
Thank you,
for
Julie.
stopping by. I
Thanks
really
very much.
appreciate it. Thank you. We'll be back.
All right. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Oh, it's great.
Okay.
Okay.